I have just completed what I think has been the world's toughest personal training session. You think last week's was harder though, don't you?
Yeah, I think that one was just intense. Like there was zero rest.
Yeah.
So it was continuous exercise for 45 minutes.
Oh my goodness, Adam absolutely blitzed us. And what you guys just saw, what I filmed, was actually our last circuit.
Hence
so we did
being very tired.
Yeah, hence probably not being on top form. But yeah, that was really, really tough. So I'm doing another daily vlog today. I'm going to be showing you a kind of healthy day, kicking it off with some exercises.
Well,
yeah, we'll make some juice when we get home. Kicking off with some exercises that got our heart rates up, burned tons of calories, and because they were so high intensity, we're going to continue burning calories. Adam said we'll probably burn another 400 calories today.
The key thing with a high intensity workout like that is A, you burn more calories in a short period of time, but B, your body temperature and your heart rate is up throughout the day. So you will, it's a bit like 20 minutes of sprint.
I can't actually hold this camera up any longer, my arm is killing me.
20 minutes of sprints versus a 5k run, 20 minutes of sprints where you'll lose more weight and you'll actually benefit from it more in the long run.
Yeah.
Unless you're training for something like a marathon.
So just going to nip to the post office, pick up some mail, and then I'll see you at home to make a nice healthy juice. Okay, we're back home again. Today is going to be a day of lots of kind of house chores and all that glamorous side of things. Lots of washing because it's sunny outside. First of all, I'm going to make a smoothie, like a breakfast smoothie, and Charlie is going to make a juice. We went to the farmer's market on Saturday. Luckily we have one here in Clapham, so it's a lot easier to buy like organic food, so we're going to use as much of that as possible, but we have also just been to Sano's to top up on the necessities. So I'll show you what Charlie puts in his juices, which he tends to make, do you say like 3 days worth in a go?
Yeah, I reckon I do it twice a week, which is enough for 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 days for both of us.
Yeah. And then I normally just make a breakfast smoothie after a gym session because it fills me up. It's a little bit sugary, but it tastes good and it's a lot healthier than my normal kind of yogurt breakfast. So let's do it.
Today, we've got 1 orange and 1 apple, which will give it some sweetness. Remember, this is probably enough for at least 2 or 3 mornings for 2 people. So that is the only like real sugar that's going to be in it. Beetroot has natural sugar, but seems like a lot of beetroot, but this is just 1 thing of 4 beetroot cut up. And beetroot's obviously amazing for loads of reasons, but it's really good for your skin. And also I think it's really good for your blood. Cucumber, half a cucumber.
What's that good for?
Cucumber is a natural diuretic, so it's like good for like helping you wee basically. But it's also like really high in water, so it's like good hydrator.
Yeah.
So, and it also gives a nice flavour to the juice. Okay. Carrot, which is just generally very good with like vitamins, really high in vitamins. Ginger, which is naturally antibacterial, so it's quite good if you've got a sore throat. It's also
good for preventing
gives a bit of a
as well, right?
kick. Yeah. Lemon, which because of its, so let me get this right, it's actually people think it's high in acid, but it's actually like very alkaline, so it balances your body's pH. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And then we've got some celery, and I often just stick in spinach. If it's about to go out of date, I just stick a bit of spinach in, which is obviously really high in stuff like zinc. It's a protein source, and I think it's high in magnesium as well. So basically the key thing is that is the only real sugar for 2 days between the 2 of us. A lot of people will use like 3 apples or 3 oranges. We're just using that and then mostly veg.
Woohoo!
Boom.
Let's juice it. hear the washing machine going off in the background. It's just one of those days. So I have got my breakfast smoothie, which I've just tasted, and it is delicious. It always tastes a little bit different when I use the Good Guru protein oats instead of the normal oats, but I feel like after a gym session that's probably quite a good idea. I don't take like gym protein or anything like that, but that's just a nice way of adding a little bit more protein in after a workout, which is obviously good for your muscles. And then I've got the juice that Charlie's just made. We have another 3 bottles of this in the fridge, which will keep us going for the next couple of days because, as you may know, juices are a nightmare to clean, so it's a really good idea to bulk make them. So while I drink those 2, I'm going to write my to-do list for the day and check up on any emails that I might have missed yesterday because we were out of the house all day yesterday. So I'm just going to have a bit of a catch up while I drink those and then into the shower before work for the day begins. So I'm just taking a break from my emails and I just turned to look where the puppies were, picked up little Dickie, but I need to show you guys the position that Dexter is currently lying in. Is that really an appropriate way to be lying, little man? Was that really appropriate? Okay, so I had hoped to do a little get ready with me, showing you my natural skincare favourites, but time doing emails just flew by. So I've showered, had lunch, and got ready since I last spoke to you. Now I've got to take this little chap to the vet. He's having his first vaccinations, and then I'm nipping it to the bank to officially do boring stuff. So I will catch you guys when we get back, and I'll show you my natural skincare favourites, which is what I was going to show you a minute ago, but too busy. Okay, so finally back home after what feels like a bit of a manic afternoon, and I thought we'd have a little catch up. I wanted to talk about some natural skincare favourites. I feel like it works quite well in today's video because I've been quite healthy so far today. Charlie and I just try and keep a really good balance. Like, we're not super health freaks, we just try and eat more healthily when we can, but we definitely don't like cut anything out of our diets because we both love our burgers far too much. And we do have a personal trainer once a week, Adam of Virgin Active. He is absolutely incredible, and then we both try and do things like exercise classes. Luckily with blogging, a lot of brands sometimes invite us to classes to like learn about a new product afterwards, and also classes at our gym too, so we try and just keep quite active. And then of course with the dogs we're often out and about walking, etc, etc. Now I actually mentioned in a video, I think it was like a month and a bit ago, about how I like to be a little bit more organic when it comes to food and things like that, and also I mentioned an app slash birth control, pregnancy planning type setup called Natural Cycles, and I got a lot of questions about it. I think a lot of you maybe thought it was too good to be true, but I've been using this now for 2 and a bit months, and I'm really happy with the results of it. So basically, I'll leave the video where I first discussed it down below, but I did want to give you a little bit more information just because I know that maybe hearing about it is not as easy as seeing it. So just to recap, Natural Cycles is the world's first contraceptive app. So because it's an app, you don't have to ingest anything or things like that. It's a lot more of a natural way for pregnancy planning, or preventing in my case, and keeping a track of like your periods, things like that. And I really like it because you don't have to add any hormones to your body. It's a lot more natural and very easy to do. We all live on our smartphones these days, so it's really handy to just have that side of things all taken care of on your phone as well. As far as I'm aware, it's the only EU certified contraceptive app. It's about $70 for your annual membership, and then you also need the little thermometer. So what I do, because really you should use the thermometer to take your temperature every single morning. You have about a 2-hour time slot in which you should take it. So for me it's between like 7 and 9 a.m. Usually I just do it as soon as I wake up, before I even get out of bed. You literally just pop the thermometer in your mouth, and this one is really precise. It goes down to 0.2 decimals, and then once you've got your temperature, you just like put it in for a couple of seconds, switch it on first, and then you put the temperature that you've recorded in your Natural Cycles app. So there's a little plus button up here, you put your temperature in, and then because you've been doing this for a few weeks, give it a few weeks to make sure it's really accurate. It'll tell you whether it's a red day, which it is for me today, or a green day, so that's whether you need to use additional protection or not, you know what I'm saying. So on the green days, basically you're not fertile, on the red days you are fertile, so you need to either abstain or just use additional protection. It sounds really, really easy, and that's because it is. For me, this is just the best solution when I am trying to be a little bit more natural with my lifestyle. So yeah, I thought I would just update you guys on that and give a little bit more information. But as I said, I did talk quite a lot more about it in a video about my whole wellness routine a few weeks ago, so I'll leave that one linked down below as well, so please go and check that one out. On the note of being more natural with my routine, I'm going to now just quickly go through a few of my natural skincare favourites, because there have been a few new launches recently. One of them is the Garnier SkinActive Rose Water collection. So this is the day cream. I actually have a brand new one because they kindly sent me this amazing blogger mail. This is the botanical day cream, and for me I was really attracted to try this because Garnier is a brand that I know and love, really trust them, and this I believe is 96% natural ingredients, so a lot more natural than most of their products, but it still works so well, it smells amazing, and it's just a really lovely gentle day cream. So I've been really enjoying using that a lot recently. And this is one that I just plucked from my shower. It's the Dr. Organic Virgin Olive Oil Body Scrub. Dr. Organic is a brand that I really rate. I find all their products very effective. This one has got microparticles of volcanic lava. That's what exfoliates you. I just think that's really, really cool. I like the consistency of this, and it actually really works to scrub the body because the beads are big enough and there are enough of them. So it's really nice to have a more organic body scrub. As you guys know, microbeads are just so bad for the environment, so to scrub yourself with lava is definitely a better option. Then we have my favourite natural cleanser. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you'll probably be bored of hearing me talking about this. This is a brand called Nyasa London, and this is their cleansing balm. This is such a pampering experience. It just works so wonderfully. It's almost like a face mask. You really feel like your skin's getting nourished from it. I love it, quote me on this, as much as my Oscar Renaissance cleansing balm. It's more luxurious than Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish. Big fan of this one. It works wonderfully. It's so luxurious and it's natural too, so big fan of this one. Not totally natural, but Vita Liberata products are organic. So this is the self-tanning anti-age serum. You can kind of put a few drops of this into your night cream, and it really just helps you to get a little bit more bronzed while you sleep. So I really love using this one. There are a lot of these kind of products on the market, but because this one is more organic, this is one I tend to reach for on a regular basis. If, like me, your face goes paler quicker than your body, then this is potentially a very good one to use. You can use it on its own, or I like to mix it into a slightly more creamy night cream. So that's the Vita Liberata anti-age serum. And then I also grabbed the Liz Earle Botanical Shine shampoo and conditioner. Now, these are not fully natural or organic as far as I'm aware, but they are a lot more natural and organic than a lot of the shampoos and conditioners on the market. Obviously, they're against animal testing, they're a cruelty-free brand. I love everything from Liz Earle. These are a new fragrance and they smell so good, and yeah, my hair really likes them. It makes it nice and soft and shiny, but the ingredients are really lovely. So you've got organic aloe vera, West African shea, apple and orange extracts, blue sea kale. I think that's what actually makes the shampoo foam, instead of obviously having any artificial foamy ingredients. So big fan of those as well. And I do have a lot more favourites, including some organic candles, but I did do a blog post on natural and organic favourites maybe 3 weeks ago, so I'll leave that linked down below as well in case you want to hear of any more. But I can hear that Charlie has now come inside from watering the garden, so that means that we now are going to go down to Doddle, pick up our blogger mail. I think there's going to be quite a lot. We haven't been in over a week, so I'm going to head down there now and I will catch up with you guys afterwards. Ready for the mayhem. Okay, back from Doddle, and as you can see I am surrounded by parcels. I'm not gonna do a blogger mail unboxing because I don't have time. We're going into a friend's house in half an hour, so I'm just gonna whiz through everything. I might do a couple on Instagram stories, but yeah, let's do it.
Waiting for you. You were always taking time, baby, playing it through. I was calling out your name.
Okay, so I didn't get to film as much of my blogger mail unboxing as I'd hoped because my memory card became full. So, is that a tan line? Oh my goodness. No, I think it's just a shadow. It's been so hot today, it wouldn't surprise me. But this room is now an absolute bomb site, full of packaging, boxes. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to attack this tomorrow morning. But sorry, Charlie's talking very loudly on the phone in the background. But yeah, we're heading over to a friend's house now. We are going to watch the football. It is Manchester United versus somebody, I'm not too sure. I'll probably film a few clips, but I don't know these guys that well, so it won't be too much. But either way, let's get going and I'll catch up with you a little bit later. Okay, so I didn't... There we go. So I didn't film anything this evening because we were just chilling at, there's my voice, just chilling at our friend's house, watching the football, having a good time. So I didn't vlog anything, apologies about that. But we're back home again. We've just spent about 15 minutes out in the garden with Dexter and Dickens, just playing with them. It's so sweet watching them play. I think getting Dickie is the best thing that we did for Dex. So yeah, pretty much just heading straight to bed now. I think that PT this morning really knocked out my energy, so feeling ready for a fairly early night. It's nearly 11 now, so I think I'm just gonna say goodnight, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's daily vlog. A little bit of everything today. So yeah, just taking my makeup off with the Nyasa that I spoke to you guys about earlier, and then what I'm going to do afterwards is use the oil from the same brand, which I really love. This is the Metamorphosis Revitalizing Beauty Oil, and I love it for just an evening skincare treat. So that's me. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and I will see you tomorrow.